Because I feel it's an untraditional way to change and really make big impact. And the other fun part about it is that there's so many what we call positive externalities that happen that we haven't really predicted. And so it's great that we can go in, kind of shake things up a bit, make things open, and then all of a sudden you see all these amazing things happen that we never even designed or thought about at all. And so it's very kind of innovative and always very creative and exciting.
Because it equalizes the playing field. It brings access to people who normally wouldn't have it.
It'll improve quality and improve access, and that's those are both real issues in South Africa.
I love open educational resources because
they make me feel warm inside.
I don't love open educational resources.
So why don't you love open educational resources?
I think because we might be building it into an institution in its own right that would be hard to move beyond. So Open Educational Resources was never an end game. It's a way to change the system we're in now so that we can get towards an end game where it's just free-for-all kind of content, and the whole money based on content model is challenged enough to find another model. So I'm worried that Open Educational Resources is becoming an institution in its own right, and we won't be able to move on past that.
That's an interesting way of putting it. For me, it's all about access. It's about giving people the opportunity that they may currently be denied to have the access to an education and everything that comes from it. Open educational resources are a part of that, along with open delivery and open assessment or accreditation.
I think that the ability to remix and reuse is a really important aspect of the materials.
I like giving access to knowledge. I like sharing. I like not having cost as a barrier for people. That's what really motivates me.
I love open education because it's a great opportunity to connect with a community of educators, learners, people interested in sharing and working together and creating new stuff and new ways of learning.
I think it opens up a world of participation and a way for people to self-represent themselves and also take control of their learning.
High quality educational materials and resources that are freely available and available to adapt to any context, anywhere, in any place.
As both a resource, so like a thing in terms of content that can be modified and used and redistributed, but I would also more importantly consider it as a process of collaboration, a process of thinking things through together with other people, and a process of collaboration.
So any resource and which can be used for educational purposes that is available in a way that allows it to be adapted, reintegrated, modified, used without legal or technical impediments.
It's a big, tough question that's been debated. Certainly, there's wiki definition in Wikipedia that you can use, talking about OER being open, freely available, high quality, educational, either for the students or the faculty or both, available 24/7, obviously through the internet.
Open educational resources as educational resources that can be shared without legal or technical restrictions or barriers, that can be remixed and reused and used freely by anyone in the world.
Okay.
Well, I add practices to the end of it. Open educational resources and practices, and that implies a process, journey, all that sort of stuff, and it takes it away from the content-centric, copyright-centric, and all those rather impractical things. So practices become practical things, using open formats, publishing openly, and things like that, rather than just getting bedded down in the copyright.
Okay.
And that's basically a copyright.
Resources that anyone can create and anyone can use for the purpose of learning.
It is to make available learning materials to anybody and to give opportunity to anybody to add to those learning materials at the right quality level. quality, I think, is very important in this whole area.
Oh, I'm still learning, but since I study ill-structured domains, and one of my influences is the philosopher Wittgenstein, who famously demonstrated how many different ways you could define the word game, to the point that there are no common, necessary, and sufficient conditions for such a definition, rather just a set of family resemblance relationships. I will not fall into the trap of trying to define the undefinable, and just point to my growing awareness that there seem to be many definitions around.
Define it as something to help people change.
Open education is a sustainable and renewable resource.
I think open educational resources, I think I'm going to fixate more on the licensing aspect of it. So it would be anything from the smallest piece of content to a whole content package, including the pedagogical thought behind it, as long as it's permissibly licensed in a way that grants you the ability to at least use it, if not remix it, and reuse yourself.
Something that lets me do my job better and that I can share with others so they can learn.
Open everything.
Look, when I came, I thought I could have done that, but I think I can do that less now. But it's sharing. It's what you have, you give away, and it helps build relationships and beneficial to everybody, students and staff, and our time.
The future.
The future.